What it do?
Famous DJ.
Lord knows we in tune. Hunter eyes do the interviews. Sketched out like a cartoon or a good flick with a movie room. Eat the cake, anime, kept Gohan with the super say. Chris Robocop with the super strength. I'm Dosun with the super length. Check us out, we have major game. Running EA to the 2K. Need a Pokeball to catch this vibe like Comic-Con. Got a match to try. My team need for the Joshi. They gon' eat it up like the Yoshi. Every episode into 100 go mode, ayy, ayy.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Kev. We got Todd, we got Chris. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing something new and something different today. Let us know how y'all think about it. Today we're going to react to somebody reacting, and the person we're going to react from that's reacting is Mr. Ballin. Mrballen. He's reacting to. Can you put up the title for me, Chris?
It's Never Swim in Australia. Never swim in this Australian river.
Never swim in this Australian river. Never go to Australia is what I'm trying to get at, because life is crazy down there, down under.
But you should always visit Australia because it's a wonderful experience, from what I hear.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Man, between the kangaroos, the koalas, the beautiful weather, the atmosphere, the blue ocean. Right, family.
No,
like take a family down there.
That's not.
It's a wonderful trip, man. Definitely go down to Australia if you get the opportunity to, and check it out, man. Because I'm trying to tell you, you'll have a blast, man. Hell, if you don't believe me, go on TikTok. TikTok will prove it. TikTok will prove it. All right? Just don't worry about the don't visit Australia stuff. That's not important. But you ready? Let's get into this, man.
Without further ado, here we go. Mr. Ballin, please like, comment, subscribe to his channel. I'll have all his information in the description down below. So go to his channel, like, subscribe, support his channel, and like and subscribe our channel. And yeah.
Yeah, so take your time right now and just go ahead and like the video.
Yeah, like that.
Like now.
Like,
I'll give you 5 seconds right now. So, all right, I appreciate you.
Today's story is about a real-life nightmare that occurred on a thin stretch of black water in northern Australia. This particular story has inspired two fairly popular horror movies from 2007. They are Blackwater and Road. But before we get into today's story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right place, because that's all we do, and we upload 1 or 2 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, the next time the like button asks for a snack, offer to get them one, and then proceed to heat up a cup of noodles in the microwave for about 77 minutes, and then serve it to them in a flimsy paper cup. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's story.
Definitely go subscribe to this man's channel, y'all. We're doing it without visual, so let us know how y'all like it. Blackwater. Woo!
At 11:40 a.m. on December 21st, 2003, 3 young men who were longtime childhood friends hopped in a truck and began traveling south. They were 22-year-old Brett Mann and 19-year-olds Sean Blowers and Ashley McGuff. They lived in a coastal city called Darwin, which is actually the capital of the Northern Territory in Australia. The Northern Territory, also known as the Top End, is located in the central north of the continent. It is 6 times larger than the UK, but has 280 times less people living in it. Specifically, the UK is home to roughly 70 million people, whereas the Top End is home to only 250,000 people, and half of them live in Darwin. There are many reasons why the Top End is so underpopulated, ranging from politics to poor infrastructure, but the most obvious reason that so few people choose to live in this part of Australia is because it is wildly rugged and dangerous. It is scorchingly hot year-round, and the weather in general is just unbelievably unpredictable and violent. And as the old saying goes, all the animals there are trying to kill you and each other. But Brett, Sean, and
Now, as you heard, he said in northern Australia, it's like that. I already don't have to look over here. I know that one is already making faces. But northern Australia, like he said, is like that. That's not saying all of Australia. That's like saying Chicago's horrible, so don't visit the United States. Come on.
Ashley had grown up in Darwin, and so they were accustomed to the hazards of living in the top end, and so they weren't really concerned about them. What they were concerned with was finding things to do and not getting bored in the city. That particular day, in order to ward off boredom, the trio had decided they would head out to a salt flat that was located about 50 miles to the southwest of Darwin. It was this wide open plain that they could just race around on their quad bikes on. And so they loaded these quad bikes into their trailer, attached it to their truck, they hopped in their truck, and at 11:40 a.m., they started heading south out of Darwin. The first road they were on was this fairly desolate dirt road that wound around through the wilderness, and it passed by the iconic eucalyptus trees that are very well known in Australia. It passed by palm trees and giant termite mounds. And after driving on this dirt road for about 30 minutes, the trio passed by the Tumbling Waters Holiday Park, which is a vacation resort for adventurous families. And then beyond this park, there really was no more civilization. They were headed right into the outback of Australia. And so this was kind of like the last mark of civilization. And so the trio, they drive for another 30 minutes past the park. And at some point, all of the trees on either side of the road start getting more and more dense until they begin kind of encroaching over the road, as if it looks like you're driving directly through the heart of a jungle. And they would have recognized this change in scenery as meaning they were nearing the Finnis River, which was off to their right beyond all of the trees. They couldn't see it, but they knew they were close. And the Finnis River was not a huge waterway. It was a 30-mile stretch that ran east to west through the top end. And what it was known for was being very brackish and dark. You could not see into this water more than maybe an inch or two. So it almost appeared black. And so the trio continued driving along through this kind of jungle atmosphere until the left side of the road began to thin out again, and then it eventually revealed the salt flats up to their left. And so at that point, the trio pulled off on the right side of the road where the vegetation was still very thick. And then the trio hopped out of the truck, they went around to their trailer, they dropped the gate, and one by one they pulled their quad bikes off, and then each of them hopped on and drove out onto the flats. That day, the flats were actually very muddy because it had recently rained really heavy in that area. And so the trio spent just as much time racing each other on the flats as they did trying to drive close to each other and spray mud on each other.
Now, I gotta say, that sounds like fun. That sounds like what? Just being on quads, driving around?
Ty, when trees get closer onto the road.
Well, he said it opened up. He said it opened up. That's all I was talking about.
When trees get closer on the road and you're driving, that's a strong indication to say to turn around.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, it would be a fun time to ride your quad bike going through open plains. You wouldn't want to do that?
The northern part of Australia, right?
Doesn't matter what part of Australia.
I think it does. I think it does because they said in the beginning, animals killing you and then killing each other.
Exactly.
So kangaroos punching you in the stomach and then trying to bite your head off and then kicking each other in the face. Nah, I ain't with that.
Yeah,
what you were saying, Kev? Is that what you were trying to say, Kev?
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay,
he
good
said
job.
that, if I'm not mistaken, he said that as they were getting closer, the trees was out here and then it kept coming in closer.
Yeah.
Yes, he did say that.
They
but
were
then he
forming
said
like a
it
cocoon or
opened-
an umbrella
There we go.
over the road.
That part.
So,
But they said it opened back up. So it's like
to a black
where-
river.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
you're
to a
right.
black
that
river.
we really can't see.
Right.
But
But
as you can see, as you guys can see, if you guys pause it at 4:36, you will see. Look, where's that? They're just riding around. It's open. That's what he was talking about. It was open. That's what he was talking about.
All right, look.
Man, we're gonna have to disagree on that. it is what it is. I'm trying to
Agree
tell
to
you, this
disagree
will be a fun
about
time.
death. No
Right.
problem.
Agree to
No,
disagree about
agree to
that.
disagree about
No.
No problem. No problem at all. I disagree.
I disagree. That's wild work.
Yeah, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I'm trying to tell you.
I bet
yeah.
you are.
He gonna make sure he lives.
Yep.
That's for sure. he don't gotta worry about putting nothing in your water. You
Nope.
got the animals to do it for
Exactly.
you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, it's not like I'll shoot out a tire to make sure I make it back. I'm just
That's
saying.
wild work. Wild work right there, man.
And so for hours they were out there having a great time. And then at 4:30 p.m. they decided it was time to call it a day. And so they drove back over to the truck. They drove their quad bikes up onto the trailer. They locked it. And then they were about to get into the truck to head back home when one of them suggested, hey, let's head down to the water and rinse our clothes off and get all this mud off of us. Now,
I was with him until that part.
No. You should stay with him. No. Don't jump out of no boat. Don't jump off the quad. Don't get off the plane.
Nah,
Stay your ass right there.
Yo.
Don't jump over here where we at. No. Stay over there.
I was on a quad. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
uh-huh.
That's the key thing. On the quad, they put him back on the trailer.
Yeah.
I was with that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to head back.
But now
I'm
they
with
on a
that.
mission. Mm-hmm.
Let's go wash our clothes up by the Black River that we can't see into. You lost me. You lost me. I didn't say anything about the goddamn river. I said quad riding.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. This is what I found out about catfish.
Okay.
Catfish will grow to the length they need to in order to eat.
Yeah.
So you might have some catfish like this big,
Mm-hmm.
this big,
Yep.
about the wingspan of LeBron James
Mhm.
or
Bigger.
Wemby. I can't even
Or bigger.
or bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got alligators. So not only can you not see in the water, but maybe 1 or 2 inches. He said maybe
Yep.
1 or 2 inches.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see.
Exactly. What's seeing you?
Exactly. And this man saying, "Oh, y'all should go to Australia."
Australia in general. I didn't mean Northern Australia.
Oh, like there's a difference between North and South. This ain't Korea. What are you talking about? Bro, it's Australia.
That's like saying don't go to Alaska. You just make sure you stay off Kodiak Island, but you can go to Alaska.
Bro, don't go nowhere that ain't the United States.
Now, Ty, you know Ty, you know that. I told you
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Alaska
yeah.
would be cool. Kodiak, you just stay the hell
You
off
just
of.
stay. Yeah. Unless you want to get chewed and mauled on like bubblegum, you stay away from there. They got bears as big as houses over there.
My God, bro. Never.
Never.
Each to his own on being killed by animals.
Exactly.
I mean, quad riding will be fun.
Mhm. But
You
washing
can
your clothes
quad
at the
ride
water.
in the
If you
United
say
States.
I'm about to
Yeah.
say, if you about to say on street road, I don't want to do that.
You can ride, we got people to do that already in Philadelphia.
How about
Quad
that?
riding. Matter of fact, if you want to feel, rebellious,
Yeah.
go to what's that the Sin City, what's that
Las Vegas?
Las Vegas, right there. They got nothing but desert, and then the only thing that kill you is the heat or people, not animals that you can't see. I can see you killing me. Like, all right, I'm going. I
Yeah.
can't see you pull me under the water. I can't see once I'm under the water.
Yeah.
Maybe
And that's
it's a thrill.
the thrill. Okay.
Anyway, back
You
to
can't
the
see in the water,
Yo,
bruh. Even with
wow.
the sun coming down on the water, you still can't see it.
But I didn't say anything about the water. I said I would go quad riding.
Okay.
Quad riding. I didn't say nothing about the water. They lost me. When
They
said,
lost you with the
Let's
washing
go
of
wash
the
off our
clothes."
clothes by the water.
Yeah.
Why? You're already dirty. Hop back in your truck. Wash them when you get home. You don't have to wash them in the black water. It's already black.
Yeah.
So if you put your clothes in black water,
Yeah. What are you
It
doing?
might come out black.
It might come out more nigga.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
That part. It's
You
already
really
black.
Gonna bring them home with you?
You gonna
Bro.
bring more nigga home? Leave
Listen.
that where it's at.
When you
that's
when you
like
go
saying,
somewhere,
hey, let's go run. And then let's go wash off our white t-shirts in the Schuylkill.
that's the dumbest thing to ever do. And people die in the school.
Bruh.
No. If we going quiet like that,
So you would go.
not there, not in Australia. But if we going quad riding,
Yeah.
and I know we're gonna get our clothes dirty,
Yeah.
I'm bringing me an extra pair of clothes
Yeah.
in a bag.
Yes,
And
it
I'm gonna
makes
take those
sense.
clothes out. I'm
Yep.
gonna put the dirty clothes inside the bag, and then when I get to civilization, because they're not in civilization, he said that.
Yeah,
They're not in
Stay in the
civilization.
boonies.
say that.
Yeah.
And then I would wash my clothes in there, or just wear clothes you don't care about. Take them off.
That's
and
it.
let the land have it.
There you go.
The
That's
last
a-
thing they passed was a water park.
That's what's wrong with people. Yeah.
People of lighter hue.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
To understand, in the top end, the place you want to spend the least amount of time in is the water. People in the top end assume that in any natural water body that is not clearly designated as a swimming area has at least one animal lurking in it that will kill you. This
Bro,
is a literal precaution.
we weren't even
people in
thinking
the
about
top end
sharks.
take. And so
What? I
this
was.
section of the Finnis River,
Oh, I forgot.
these three friends were thinking of
I forgot they have.
Your
I know,
recollection
I
is coming back slowly.
They have sea snakes, and like the one they showed on the screen, it's
Uh-huh.
white and black striped like a zebra.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just that thing, just doing that to you. So
You
just
outta
this
here.
Simple bite, you're done.
Yes.
You're toast. And
Well-
as you can see, they swim in the ocean.
Yeah, so if it pops
Like,
out the
in
water
the
on
ocean.
Go to Australia.
Go.
He says.
you. Yeah.
Who said you had to go in the water? You don't have to go in no water.
There's a snake. There's a snake
Listen,
that can swim in the water.
Okay, and there's snakes here in the United States that can kill you.
And in parts that have nothing but doesn't have
That's
had
a
to
lie.
survive.
That's a lie. Allentown up there, there's a zoo. And no, right by the zoo is a trail.
what are we talking
No,
about now?
there's
Bruh,
trails.
come on,
There's
bruh. What are
trails.
we
What are we
talking about,
talking
bruh?
about?
There is trails up in Allentown. Like it's right past some zoo. Like
You
there's
better
all these
defend this.
trails.
You better defend this.
No. When you go on a trail, literally they
Uh-huh.
have a big poster that says, "Oh, what will you see out here on this trail?"
Uh-huh.
So it has like different birds, stuff like that. Then it goes into pit vipers and it goes into other snakes, diamondbacks, and all type. But they're all in the trail right up in Allentown.
Okay.
So is this trail open where you can see them coming
Yeah.
towards you?
No, it's like a hiking trail.
It's
So
a hiking
like-
trail.
yeah.
So I mean, like what I mean by it's a hiking trail. So if something was to pop out, you
So-
have ample time to get back or
Maybe
something.
because it could blend in.
Oh,
You see
so
what
it's
I'm
a
saying?
thing with
So,
a
like-
chameleon type situation.
Yes.
Mm.
And
Okay.
they blend in with like the
With
the
the
dirt,
earth
the
and-
rocks,
and-
and all
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you could be walking, next thing you know, you just got bit by a pit viper, and you're
Oh.
wondering what the hell bit you. Unless you've seen it before it slithered away, you don't
Yeah.
know. You play around, it's venomous.
Yeah, you see what's crazy about that is I don't hike, so I don't even know why you telling me about something in Allentown.
All
When
right.
over in Australia they do about the same thing.
All
Kev don't
right.
hike. Okay, if
All
there's
right.
a snake,
So you don't like the outdoors?
All right.
heck
I
no.
mean, shoot, you hear the stories about black bears showing up like it's nothing.
I'm
in
either,
people's backyards?
I'm either in the crib. What black bear is gonna show up in my backyard?
Actually, there's never been black bear in Philadelphia.
Exactly. I
live in
don't even know why you
Not
was
a
saying
black
that.
bear that be showed up in the back of your crib.
It's a
It will
black
be a black
nigga.
nigga, but
So-
it won't be a black bear.
Yeah, and I
he
can-
will look like one, but
Yeah.
he's still a man.
I can handle that.
Yeah, not no. Come on, man.
Man.
Back to the story.
Yes, sir.
I can't deal with y'all.
Y'all
Yeah,
crazy.
about going and jumping into and washing off inside of, this was not a clearly designated swimming area, and so it should be avoided. But you need to remember, these three guys, they grew up in the top end. They were used to living in this kind of wild area, and they'd also come to the salt flats so many times over the years, and they had jumped into the Finnis River before to wash off and go swimming, and nothing had ever happened. And so really, the idea that the Finnis River could be dangerous to them, it didn't really cross their mind. They felt like, you know what, we've been there, done that, nothing's gonna happen to us. And so they left the truck.
I'm sorry. So
So
if I dove into the Schuylkill before and I got
Oh.
out safe, okay.
almost got me. Almost got me. Look at that. Almost got me.
That's what I was. Yeah, that was my point. That was my point.
With your life, though.
Oh my God,
That's what you're
bro.
doing with your life.
Yeah.
That was a reenactment of your playing with your
Of
life.
what they was doing.
Did you see that? Yeah.
Almost got me.
We
Gotta be
grew up-
quicker than that.
There you go. Remember the old man with the dollar on the commercial? Almost got it. Gotta be quicker than that. Yeah, that part.
But they grew up there, so they probably had the instincts and the reflexes to know what was coming.
I like how you trying to defend
You are
shenanigans
great
right now.
to
my
the
God.
end.
I
Please
love it.
do that
I love it.
because you're getting debunked every time. Good job.
Please
Mr.
visit
Northern
Australia.
Australia.
Please visit Australia.
We
That's
don't
not
do
the
stuff
time.
like that, okay?
Do
We know
Do you
better.
understand the hue? Okay.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is what this hue do. Okay. Good job.
I do it all. I guess I'm just, the
No,
one
you're
percenter.
fine.
Yeah,
I just
Continue defending.
He's one of them. I'm just saying, now.
I'm universal. All right, universal over here.
and not the movie film.
Exactly.
Like,
By any
I'm
means,
like
not
a
the
universal
movie.
milk. I can go anywhere. All right, it's just, it is what it is.
And walked away from the salt flats into this mangrove forest that's only a couple of feet off the road and began walking towards this river. Normally, you
I can't
trip
defend that.
from the road through the forest to the river bank, basically where the forest ended, and you reach the river. It would take about 10 minutes. But after walking in this mangrove for maybe a minute, they were already standing in river water. It was only a couple of inches of this water, but it signaled to the
2
guys
inches.
that clearly the river is very swollen from all of the recent rains, enough so that it overflowed beyond its natural boundaries and it's flooded the mangrove forest. But the three guys, they look at each other and think, what's the big deal? I'm sure we'll be fine. And so the guys continued moving on, but as the mangroves began to thin out, they began to slow down dramatically because the riverbanks on the edges of the Finnis River were very, very steep. If you were standing on dry land, if there was no flooding, and you were right on the edge of the Finnis River, if you took even 1 or 2 steps into the river, you would slip down under the water and the water would be over your head. Now, as these guys are walking,
Yeah, please clear your throat, because we would love to hear this.
Exactly.
In
Hold on,
other- in other words-
before you say anything,
Mm-hmm.
we walking.
Mhm.
We know that something ain't right here.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Something looks swollen. Something looks swollen here.
Man, something looks swollen here.
Yeah, what we gonna do about this?
But I don't think we should keep going. Nobody in the group said I don't think we should keep
No,
going.
we just gonna keep on going.
We just gonna keep going.
Mosey along.
Nah,
That's
we
how
not,
we do.
Yeah, we're not gonna turn around. Nah.
Not at all.
Why would we do that?
No, there won't be
It
a
don't make no
reason.
sense.
We
Let
just going.
Next thing you know, the Loch Ness monster comes out of nowhere, yeeks them underneath the water, and they never heard again. That's why they made 2 horror. I don't think you understand. 2 horror movies. 2 horror movies off of this.
Mm.
Go ahead. Say what you gonna say.
I was gonna say they lost me with the mangrove part.
They didn't.
Oh,
lose
all them
you.
thick of the trees over there.
That
the bushes.
you lost me with that part.
Mhm.
If you have to fight your way, through,
You lost, man. You're super fucking lost, man.
if you gotta struggle through mangrove trees
Why
to
we
get to
fighting?
this water,
Why are we
That
fighting
part.
to get there?
and then
Yeah.
like you said, it's overflown,
Yes.
so it flooded,
Mm-hmm. It
and
swelled
you
up.
still
He
are
used the
going
word
in
swollen.
there.
Yeah.
And then they said at one point you could walk and you just
Mhm.
slip,
Yeah.
and
At
water
any given
past
moment.
your head.
Yeah. Over your head.
I don't understand why we're going here.
I don't
Exactly.
understand why we even decided to not get in the car and just pull off after we got the bikes on the truck.
Mm.
I don't even understand why we in Australia right now.
No, they live there.
Well, okay, they live there.
They live
This
on
is
the top
what
end.
you do.
But my
I
whole,
put myself
my
into
whole
When
thing
you of
is,
lighter hue, this
did-
is what you do.
Did anybody know they were going that far out?
They didn't tell nobody. That's what. See,
That's
wh-
why I was
wherever you
confused.
go, and this we joking, but I'm being serious right now. To the ladies and young people, whenever y'all go anywhere and you think you're grown, I don't need to give none of the information to my parents or nobody. Give the information, because when you go to be disappeared, at least somebody has enough time to look for you. If you don't give them any sign to look for you, you gone. And then the next time they find you, you already gone, and you don't even know you're gone. You're gonna wake up dead and not even know it.
That part.
I'm gonna wake up there. That's,
Yeah. That's black
that's a
shit.
whole other thing. Yeah.
That's black shit. Don't you worry about that, Mr. Universal. You understand
I
me?
know, right?
You wouldn't know nothing about that, Mr. Universal.
I'm universal.
Mr. Universal
You
remote.
trying to you
but
trying to go?
But I'm not stupid. I'm
Yeah.
not
Now,
going to-
now the blackness want to come out now. Now the nigga want to come out now. Look at you. Look at you. God is great.
Hey man, if I didn't have kids, I would have gone right in that black water. But hey,
Yes,
I
you
got kids.
probably
I got
would.
responsibilities.
And you're okay.
I got responsibilities.
All right.
Hey, so it's
Well, ain't
a
nothing,
one-time
wrong
trip.
with being black.
I might have to take
Ain't
it.
nothing wrong with being black.
There was a universe where I thought that Chris would never have said what he just said. If it wasn't for his babies, he would have hopped in that water.
How about that?
But
That's the universal remote put on play, not on pause.
Would I have been alone? I'm gonna leave it at that. You already know the games I play.
The fact that you even considering it still going anyway is still beyond me. Please play the video. I want to be mad at them, not you. Come on.
That part right there,
Because
brother.
the ground is flooded with this black, brackish water, they couldn't see the ground, and so they couldn't tell where the drop-off into the river was. And so they began to slow down, and then when all the trees were practically gone, they knew they were close, and then one of them actually slipped and kind of tumbled down the edge for a second, but he turned and he grabbed one of the roots of the mangrove tree and pulled himself back up. And then the other two, after seeing this, they walked over and stood next to him, and the trio just stood there looking out at this pitch black looking river that was very clearly moving faster than normal because of all this excess rain. But they kind of looked at each other and thought, you know what, it's not that big of a deal. We'll hold on to the roots of these mangroves and lower ourselves over the embankment. We'll wash ourselves off, pull ourselves back up. No big deal. And so they each turned around and grabbed a root of one of the many mangrove trees that marked the edge of this forest, and while holding on, they would lower their lower half down past the embankment until they were submerged. They rubbed all the mud off of themselves, being very careful not to let go of the mangrove at any point. And then as they were about to finish up and pull themselves back up and get back to their truck, Brett loses his balance and somehow lets go of the mangrove root and slips down the steep embankment, and suddenly the current takes him away from his friends and out to the middle of this river, and before long he's getting pulled downstream. And so he yells out to Ashley and Sean, who had their backs turned to him. They turn around, they see their friend, and they instinctively leap into the river to try to go get him.
They instinctively leave him behind.
No.
That's not what he just said.
That's not what he just
He
said.
did not just say.
No.
No.
That's not what we do, Poppy. Don't do that. That's not what we do.
We don't do
No,
that.
we don't do that
don't
shit
do that.
there. No.
Instinctively leave him
You
behind.
lying. You tell it
Because
through.
we can't
Let's hear it.
save him.
Okay.
There's no saving him.
Okay.
The river's moving too fast.
Mhm.
You're holding onto a mangrove to
Mhm.
wash some
Okay.
dirt off your body into a dirty river.
Mhm.
And then Brett lets go by accident and is now getting pulled down by the river.
Mhm.
What is his friends do?
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a lost cause.
He is a lost cause.
At that point, I will get back and I will let your family members know where I last seen you
That part.
and where you were getting washed to. And a search party will then come out at some specific time to find you.
Glad to have you back. Here's your black card back.
But that doesn't mean I wouldn't be going into that river.
No. Yeah, I'm not. They should have been turned around.
Yeah.
What he said. They should have turned around
That part.
and went back up. There is no let's wash off and get lower, hold on to it. Because we at this point where Mr. Ballin is telling us a story. So at this point where they were like, nah, we gonna keep going. That should have been the point. No, we gonna go back.
That part. But now the man, the homie,
Brett
is
doesn't let go.
floating in the back.
Yeah.
He in the water.
And it's too deep for him to touch the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's black. And it's a current.
Don't
And
go
it's an
chasing
undercurrent that's switching him around.
waterfalls.
So that's where we at. Don't go chasing waterfalls. That part right there.
Yep.
Stick to the rivers
And
the what?
And the lakes that you use. And the
lakes that you're used to.
And know how to swim.
Wow.
Know how to swim.
It's a current. I know how to swim, and I know I'm getting.
I'd
Make
rather
sure you're
keep,
a good swimmer.
I'd rather keep my ass dirty with the quad mud up my ass
And take a
And then-
shower when I get home.
than dip in some black water that might keep me even darker. I'm good.
I would have had extra pair of clothes. I knew where we were going. I knew what the result was going to be. I have an extra pair of clothes with me.
Do you know how many
But-
showers it took to get that stuff off of you?
I don't care.
I'm saying, like, why would you even do that to yourself?
I
That
don't
part.
even know.
Him and help swim him back to the side. Now, all three of them were very competent swimmers, and so this was not a high panic situation.
Oh.
This was more like a inconvenience and maybe a little bit funny, and so that's why they left in no problem.
Oh.
You know, worst case scenario,
Oh.
drift somewhere down
That's
the
all
road,
it is.
out and
No.
But as soon as Sean and Ashley were free floating in this river, they felt how strong this current was. and it was way stronger than they were anticipating. And so they actually started to get a little bit worried, and they looked up ahead of them, and Brett, who had been in the water for 10 or 15 seconds before they leapt in, he had already moved way farther downstream than them. And so they decided, you know what, we have to get out, but we need to get to Brett first. We all need to get out at the same place. And so they decide they're going to swim downstream, meet up with Brett, and then get the heck out of that river as fast as they possibly can. And so they yell out to Brett, hey, we're coming to get you. And they start swimming as fast as they possibly can. And with the help of the current, they manage to get all the way up to Brett relatively quickly, maybe a couple of minutes. And when they reach him, Sean and Ashley go in front of Brett, and then the three of them, they stop actively swimming, and they allow the current to just kind of carry them downstream. And as they're drifting, they begin scouting the left side of the river for a solid clump of mangrove trees they can swim into. Because unless there's something to grab onto on the edge of this river, they can't pull themselves out. And so at this point, the trio is definitely uncomfortable being in the water because of how strong that current is, but they're confident they're going to find a viable landing spot and they're going to get out of here and it will be a great story. And so Sean is in the front, Ashley is right behind him, and then Brett is behind Ashley. And they're all about an arm's length away from each other. And they're drifting down this river for a couple of minutes, they're looking on the left side for a viable landing spot, and then all of a sudden, Ashley just yells out, hey, I see something in the water! We need to get out! Find the nearest tree! Get out! Get out! Get out! And so Sean, he starts panicking. He doesn't even turn around to see what's going on behind him. Adrenaline kicks in, and he swims as fast as he possibly can to a tree that's popped out of the river. It's literally growing in the middle of the river, and so he swims up to this tree. He manages to climb up to the first fork of the tree, which is maybe 6 or 8 feet above the water, and as soon as he's up there, he turns around and looks down and he sees Ashley. He reaches down and hoists Ashley up to the first fork with him, and then the pair turn around again to grab Brett, but Brett's not there. And so they look around, they're thinking, okay, did Brett not make it to the tree? Did the current pull him around? Is he at some other tree? They're yelling out for him, they're looking for him, but there's no Brett. And so they're talking to each other, Ashley and Sean. They're saying, hey, did he call out? Did you hear something? Did he give some indication about where he was going? And they're saying, no, I don't know where he is. And so they start climbing up the tree a little bit and trying to look down and up the river to see if maybe they can see him. And then all of a sudden, Sean notices something yellow flash beneath them in the water. And so he looks straight down and he sees this yellow thing down there. And so he nudges Ashley and he says, look. And so Ashley looks down, and as they're looking, they're about 10 feet off the water at this point. They see this yellow thing start rising up to the surface. Now, the water is so dark, they really can't tell what anything is unless it is at the surface. And so they're watching this yellow thing, and suddenly it comes out of the water, and they see it's Brett. He's got his yellow jacket on. That's what they saw. And Brett is in the mouth of a 13-foot-long saltwater crocodile. He is...
I'm speechless.
I'm not. Well, I'm. You know how you be watching a movie and you're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen next. See, I knew what the problem was. I didn't think sharks would be in this water because they ocean. This is river.
Yeah.
So but I knew it was a crocodile or
alligator
or an alligator or
a saltwater crocodile.
That or anaconda.
That part. Yeah.
And so,
But 14, he said 14? He said 14, 13? That's still way too long. That's, first off, it's a crocodile in general. That's, it's game over.
And he's chewing on their buddy like he bubblegum.
When she said, yo, there's something in the water, hurry up. I was like, duh. This is why you don't play with death. You know what I mean? You don't play with death. And that's what they was doing. They was playing with death. Oh, ha ha, wee. No, see, because eventually it's gonna bite you.
Now it's gonna chew on your ass like you chicken.
Right.
Yeah.
You a toothpick at this point.
That part right there.
You getting you a toothbrush all in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead. You gonna say something?
He might be still alive.
Man, if you don't get the let's chewing on him like he Wrigley Spearmint or something, bro. Yeah, okay.
Face down, his left side is being held in this animal's mouth, and he's not moving. And so Sean and Ashley are so scared, they're just frozen. They're just staring at this monster that's in the water, that's holding their friend underwater, and they can't do anything about it. And for 2 minutes, they just stand there looking at this animal, wondering what's going to happen. And for those entire 2 minutes, the crocodile stared right back up at Ashley and Sean as if it was showing them what it was going to do to them once they got in the water. That I've done this to your friend, I'm getting you to as well. And so they're staring at this animal when suddenly it just kind of goes underneath the water back down into the black abyss, and it, along with Brett, just disappear. Ashley and Sean are so terrified that they can't even grieve for their friend. They can't feel sad for him. It's like they just go into survival mode. And without saying anything to each other, they just start climbing up this tree as fast and as far as they possibly can. And they only manage to get up maybe a couple more feet to 2 more branches. One's at about 10 or 12 feet off the water, and the other is at about 15 feet off the water. And so Sean makes it onto the lower branch, and then Ashley makes it onto the slightly higher branch. And then once they're situated on their branch and one arm is firmly wrapped around the trunk of the tree, they're able to kind of breathe for a second and take stock of their situation. And even though, of course, the elephant in the room here is that their friend was just eaten by a crocodile, but it's like they can't process that yet. Instead, they start talking about, okay, well, our families, they're going to recognize our absence, and they're going to tell the police, and the police are going to launch a search, and they're going to come find us. Both of them were confident, or they acted confident, that that was going to happen. But they also knew that there was no timeline for this. It could be hours or days until this actually happened. And so as these two teens are sitting on their branches, the reality of their situation really started to come crashing down on them. Because yeah, they're safe in this tree, but how long can they possibly stay in this tree for? I mean, eventually...
There's another problem with the whole rescue thing. Didn't they stay in the river for about like 20 seconds going downstream with the current? So aren't the quads like way up there on the truck?
Yep. So even if there is a rescue mission to happen, they'll find a truck, but we don't know at what part where they are from down the river, and then they swim down to get Brett, who they don't even know how far he was, and then they get themselves over to the tree
in the middle of the river.
Yeah.
That's so far down.
Which at least got to, let's say, 2 to 3 miles down the road.
Easy.
Down the stream, down the river.
And here's the thing about crocodiles and alligators. I saw this. What they do is they grab their prey. They get in the water and they barrel roll. When you barrel roll, you don't know what's going on, especially if you are not a water-breathing animal. You barrel roll, that's water eventually getting in you. You did from drowning.
And
outside
yet
of the
they
bike
barrel
mark.
roll you so hard and so fast, limbs break
Yeah.
and rip off. So yeah, he's basically he's chicken feed under the water.
Yeah, he done. Oh, but don't forget, crocodiles and alligators have a burrow spot
Where they unleash,
where they
gag them up or they poop
leave
them
them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, that's wild work right there. I'm not. That's what the alligators, crocodiles do, and you talking about they spit them out in a certain area. They should have never.
Well, yeah, they have a nest, like it's like a it's usually under a tree, and what they do is like, so let's say a crocodile got a zebra, right? It would take its capture back there and leave it there, and go back out and get more. So basically, yeah, they're fucked.
I like how you're slowly coming over to this side. Good
Right.
job.
First off,
let's go.
I wouldn't have gone in that river. I wouldn't have gone there.
No, you said if you didn't have kids.
But I do have kids.
Go ahead. Clarify the shit.
If I didn't have kids,
Yeah.
But I
You'd
do
be
have
there.
kids, so I wouldn't even be in this situation. I wouldn't be in this situation.
Wow.
Boy, if you
I wouldn't be in
don't
this-
stop.
I'm talking about going to Australia now. You see what I'm saying? So I have kids. I'm not putting myself at risk like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go surfing as much as I would love to go surfing in their ocean. They have great whites the size of 18 feet. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that.
Yeah. Baby
Like I said,
megalodons.
visit Australia.
Yeah.
Just stay the fuck out the water.
That part.
And there's not like a whole bunch of land animals that can kill you. Kevin, shut up. let's get back into the video.
They're going to need to fall asleep, and if they fall asleep, are they going to fall out of the tree and land in the water with this crocodile? I mean, they just didn't know how this was going to turn out. And so as the two began comforting each other, reassuring each other that, oh no, it's going to be just fine, someone's going to find us tonight or tomorrow, we'll be just fine. As they're doing that, Ashley suddenly stops talking to Sean and just looks straight down. And so Sean realizes what Ashley's doing, and he matches his gaze, and he looks straight down, and at the base of their tree, in that black water, is the 13-foot-long saltwater crocodile. It's back, and it no longer has Brett in its mouth. They have no idea where Brett is. He's just gone. Saltwater crocodiles are considered the most aggressive and dangerous crocodiles in the world, and they are one of only 2 crocodile species that will actively hunt humans when given a chance. And so these 2 teens are helpless in this tree. All they have is some separation from the black water and this animal down below. And so they just find themselves staring straight down at this crocodile. And in turn, this crocodile just stares right back up at them. It's very clearly waiting for them. It wants them to come out of the tree so it can eat them. And so the crocodile just continuously repositions itself all around the tree. It's just keeping the top of its head out of the water so its eyes can look up at them. And so the teens are just praying that at some point it will grow tired of them and will leave. And after several hours, right as the sun is about to set, this crocodile does seem to give up on them, and it drifts under the water and disappears. After a couple of minutes, Sean, who was on the slightly lower branch, decides he doesn't want to be any closer to the water than he needs to be, and he's going to climb up to Ashley's branch. And so he very carefully stands up on his branch, he makes sure he's got solid footing, and then he reaches up and he grabs a branch with his right hand, and he kind of tests it, and he feels like it's pretty sturdy, and then he puts all his weight on it and tries to reach for another branch when this one breaks. And as soon as that branch broke, Sean tumbled 10 feet into the water. So he hits the water, he goes all the way under, he sinks a few feet under, and immediately he's turned around and he's trying to swim as fast as he can to the surface, and he's just expecting at any moment this crocodile is going to bite him. He gets to the surface and he looks around. It's a little bit dark, but he can immediately see his tree, and he realizes the current has pulled him away from his tree. And so in a panic, he starts swimming and kicking his legs as hard as he possibly can to get back to this tree. And he knows the whole time he's kicking his legs, he's just attracting the attention of this crocodile, but he's got nothing else he can do. He's got no other tree he can reasonably get to that will provide safety from this animal. And so with every ounce of energy he's got, he kicks and swims, and finally he manages to grab a root of this tree that his friend is still inside of, and he begins pulling himself with his lower half still submerged in the water. And so as he's dragging himself towards the trunk of this tree, he's just waiting for this crocodile to bite down on his legs, and finally he gets to the trunk of the tree, and he's able to pull his body out of the water, and he clambers up to that original branch he was on, and then he and Ashley work to get him up to Ashley's branch. And as soon as he sits down next to Ashley and he's secure, they both look down, and just a little ways away from the tree, basically in the area where Sean had just landed in the water, they see with the little light that is left, this crocodile swimming right back over to the tree, and it camps out right underneath. Sean had gotten out just in time. When the sun finally did set about 10 or 15 minutes later, it became pitch black. There's no ambient light in this part of the world. There aren't any buildings or cities close enough to this area. And so it is truly pitch black. And so they could no longer see the crocodile down below. But they knew it was there because periodically they would hear it repositioning itself right underneath them. Also, because it was so dark, the 2 teens could not actually see each other. And so they began holding on to each other, and then anytime either of them moved, they would announce their movement to the other, just so they knew they had not fallen asleep and were not falling out of the tree to a horrible death. And so a few hours went by like this, where it was silence with the exception of the sounds of this crocodile repositioning itself periodically. A little after midnight, a huge storm rolled into this area, and it began absolutely downpouring, and the raindrops that were hitting the river were so loud that the teens could no longer hear the sound of this crocodile. And so they had no idea if it was still down below them or not. But every time lightning would strike, it would illuminate the sky for that flash of a second, and in that flash, they would look down, and there would be the crocodile. After several hours of this super intense downpour, the two teams also started to become concerned that all this additional rain could raise the water level of the river all the way up high enough that this crocodile might be able to jump out and reach their legs. But because it was so dark, they couldn't actually see the top of the water, and so they had no way of knowing if the water levels were actually rising or not. And so they both kind of sucked their legs up onto this branch and tried to make themselves as small as they could while still remaining anchored to each other and also to the branch. And that's how they sat for the next several hours, just hoping they would survive the night. Finally, when the sun came up that following morning, the teens immediately noticed that the crocodile was still right below them, just lurking at the base of the tree, waiting for them. And they also noticed the water level of the river had clearly come up quite a bit. And so if they weren't rescued soon, there was a good chance that another heavy rainstorm, that crocodile would be in range of them, and there was nowhere they could go. They were as high up as they could get. Not to mention the fact they were hypothermic, they were weak, they were tired, and if you fall asleep, you're going to fall in the water. And so the two teens, they knew they did not have much time left. Luckily, at 10 a.m. that morning, they heard the sound of a police officer who was out in the mangrove forest. It turned out their families had recognized their absence. They'd called the police, and that morning a search had been launched. They had found their truck and then had been walking down the river yelling out to them, and then they finally did find them. Initially, when they located these two teens stuck in the tree, they called in a helicopter to hover over them and lower down a ladder they could climb back up. But when the helicopter got close to this tree, the rotor wash from the spinning blades, it practically blew the boys out of the tree, and this crocodile was still in the water. The rescuers could see it, the boys could still see it, and so there was this fear that the helicopter would literally send them into the water to their death. And so they had to abandon the helicopter approach. However, the blades of that helicopter did ultimately scare this crocodile, and the crocodile swam away. And so as soon as the helicopter was off station, they had a boat come in, and the boat got right underneath the two boys. They jumped down into it, and they were brought to safety. The two boys were brought to a hospital where doctors determined they were physically okay, but both of them were
That looks about right. That looks about right.
Oh, the hue? Yeah.
I was gonna say just the general IQ of the face.
Yeah.
Look.
See you
Look,
at the
look a little bit
crossroads,
IQ challenged.
so you won't be
Mm-hmm.
lonely. See you at the crossroads. So you
I
won't be
just peeped what you're
lonely.
saying.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Oh, that's Ashley on the
So,
the left. And Sean.
Originally, when he said the three boys, and then I heard Ashley, I'm like, wait, where'd the girl come from?
Yeah.
I forgot. No, actually, I didn't forget. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. I didn't know Ashley could be used as a unisex name. I knew Alexis could,
I didn't know Ashley.
but I didn't know
was.
Ashley could.
Mm.
I think that's
Weird name.
listen,
Well, I just call him Ash.
Ash, right. But I wasn't even
Mhm.
worried about the name thing and all that. I'm happy that they survived and that they lived. Couple of key. Well, the video's not over yet, so we'll.
Oh, it's over. It's basically over. You only got about like 40 seconds. It's over.
Here's what I'll say. Remember, y'all know this is a whole different video. We did an interview, and he asked me, what are some things that I could pass on as somewhat of a wisdom. When you go out and have a good time with your peoples, and you know about this river, and y'all played around with it, just know that any moment there's something underneath this water waiting for you. All right. So the smart thing to do is, I'm dirty. Bring a pair of clothes. Everything is a lesson, and you learn it. Bring a pair of clothes, right? There's water. Let's get in it. No, go home. Go home, Roger. Go home. Unless you're gonna wind up like Brat.
That part.
Gone on a t-shirt. Balloons in the air.
Or you might make it out like Sean Blowers. Wow. And Ashley.
His last name was Blowers.
His last name is Blowers. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Y'all are something else.
But you might make it out. But I do got a question for y'all.
What is the
At
question?
the point where they got stuck in the tree and the water rose and they had to put their
Okay.
knees up, could you sit like that for 7 hours?
That's what I wanted to touch on because they had
Because that's some
that's-
shit.
with the legs
Especially
up.
big boy over here. Legs up, 7 hours tucked.
Yeah, so he might just have a big face. His body might be somewhat slender. Now, you know the other guy's slender,
Oh, he's
but
slender.
he might just have a big face.
And he's
just
the one
be-
that was on the upper tree.
Yeah, because he looked like
That's
he's
Ashley.
muscular or whatever
Yeah.
to a degree. It's just that his face is big and he's just feeling some type of way. You know what I mean? His friend just got, chewed up like 3-piece with a biscuit. So I mean, KFC all in the water. So they're distraught.
finger licking. Nigga.
Finger licking good. I mean, crocodile bait by all means. But at the same time, with that, when this is what you do when you have the lighter hue. That's all I need to say about this. They're moved. I don't know how long ago this came out. They got to move on with
I
the
think they said
remembrance.
this took place in 03.
03. So 23, 24 years ago, close to 25 years ago,
Yeah.
this took place. So these guys are older.
It's 03. So cell phones were barely a thing.
No, don't do that.
There is no tracking. They can't.
Yeah, that part. You
We
see what
haven't
I'm
even
saying?
got to Sidekick yet.
Hey,
We're still on Nokia.
Yo, man.
Snake.
Y'all are something else, man.
I'm just saying, for that time frame to do some shit like this,
Yeah.
no internet, no GPS tracking,
Yep.
no nothing.
And
No
that's the
cell
reason
phone.
why. They just had they had listen.
You talk about the whole post-it note mob went out with friends. Be back
Yeah,
shortly.
those type of texts. Yep.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
That part.
Yo.
That's what you had to
they
deal
did?
with. Yeah.
We'll be back shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Going for a quad run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brad's mom is never going to see her baby again.
Nope.
No. No.
And they
And-
were what, 16, 17 or something like
they were
that?
teenagers, yeah.
They were
Yeah.
teenagers. So they're in there.
One of them had to be able to drive because they said they took a truck.
Yeah, so
So-
they're at least 17 at best.
Yeah.
So they're in their late 30s or early 40s, maybe.
Probably
now
now,
they are,
yeah.
yeah.
So that they got to live with. They
They gotta
have
live with
to
all
live with seeing their homie being drug up, drug down, spun all around, whatever have you,
And
in that
away.
water and
Yeah.
taken away,
Yeah.
And
literally
the crazy thing
eaten.
is, I know they're probably blaming themselves. You can't blame yourself for a situation like that.
No, because life was life at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one who let go of the branch.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Fuck.
Yeah, so I mean,
Oh,
it's true. Like you can't
wow.
Listen,
look.
if
Sean,
if they never
Sean
got in the
and
water in
Ashley,
the first place,
they-
none of this would have happened.
if that one person would have just said, just one of them, one of them, at multiple times.
parent would have said it. The
Look,
parent
look.
would have said, "Oh, we're just gonna go dip in the water real quick to get this."
No,
what do you
you're
mean?
not.
No, absolutely
No.
not. We're going back to the car.
Neither one of them had
Neither-
sense.
none
Neither
of them.
one of them had
None of them.
sense.
Because at one time, somebody could have said when they decided to go first time, no, we should just go home and get washed up that
Yep.
way. And then like, oh no, the car get dirty, my parents could kill me. All right, fine, whatever. As they got closer and they saw that the water was where it was not supposed to be,
Yep.
they should have been like, you know what, no, let's dip, let's go.
We could
No,
just wash the car out later.
exactly.
Or-
and then when they slip, all right, you know what, it's time to go.
It was so many signs that God was showing them that they needed to go.
But
See, God-
what
God
was
shows
stopping
you.
them for just for saying, "All right, look, our clothes are dirty. You don't go dip in the water. You don't get the truck dirty."
Let's just get butt
Get
ball
naked,
naked.
y'all
Let's get
friends.
butt-ball
Don't
naked.
look at nobody's.
Just leave.
No,
Just
I'm
leave- just
gonna
leave your
look at
briefs
you.
on.
I'm gonna look at
You
you.
can leave your briefs
No,
on,
I'm
though.
all Diddy.
It's like
I'm gonna
being
look
in
at
swimming
you.
trunks.
I'm gonna look at you. I'm all Diddy. I'm hey Playboy.
All right, look.
you working
yeah,
with?
You right. Chris said,
You right? Yeah, it's gonna be baby oil and
Where
black.
are we
It's gonna be
going
black
with this?
water,
Where are
black
we
water
going?
all in your ass. That's all I'm saying.
I'll leave my underwear on.
Yeah,
car,
no,
we
get
gone.
this
We
river, black
gone.
river water snake up in your damn
So
spine.
nerve.
Yeah. Go ahead and get this Australian water snake in your back, boy. I'm going to give it all to you. Get this
So you
work
said
done,
it's a
man.
manual, huh?
Yeah. You want to drive automatic or stick? I'm going to give it to you Diddy style,
Where
baby.
that is going?
Hey, Playboy.
know
It's
where
all
we
good,
is,
Playboy.
man.
But all I'm...
Somebody going to enter that black water.
You either gonna get that black water or you gonna get this black water. Which one you want?
Look, center field, left out of
Either way, I'm gonna hit a home run in your oak derby. Pop! Pop goes the weasel, and the weasel say pop!
Wild work, bro.
Popcorn in your back. What's up, baby? Let's go, baby. Yeah. You gonna get all this meat and potatoes. You got broccoli on the side?
Oh my God. Well, sadly put, rest in peace, Brett.
Rest in
That's
peace,
that's a
Brett.
sad way to go out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
I
Oh, jeez.
hope the other two got the counseling and whatever else they truly needed.
Yeah.
That alligator or crocodile scared the mess out of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
Second guessing everything. Listen, don't do that. Don't go to Australia. Don't
Go to Australia. Don't let that scare you from
Don't
visiting a
go
place. Hell,
chasing
go to
waterfalls.
Alaska. Go to Arizona.
Stick to the rivers
Go to
And the
And
lakes.
in the lakes that you're used to.
There you go. There you go.
That's
And-
not in
or-
Australia.
or-
That's here.
Or go swim in the pool. It's safe. It's clear water.
Mm-hmm.
You can see what's in there.
That
Go
part.
swim in a pool.
Mhm.
Now, if you go to Australia, you see a kangaroo in the middle of the river, stay the fuck away from the kangaroo. Because
There you
kangaroos
go.
like to drown people.
Yeah.
That's your. That's
And they like to punch and kick people
more
in the
you need
face.
to know for today. Kangaroos stand in the middle of the river because they hope something comes nearby, human, animal, whatever, because they like to grab it and hold it underwater until it stops moving. If you don't believe me, Google it. It's a real thing. That's what they like to do. That's why they stand in the middle of a body of water. So, still, don't let that stop you from going to Australia.
Man, you something wrong, man.
Man,
This episode is brought to you by
death.
PBS, the more you know.
He said it's brought to you by death. Keep it up and it's gonna come to you. Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God. So thanks for watching.
Yes.
Hope you guys had an excellent time. We had an amazing time.
Yes, we
filming this.
did.
We did this without the visual of the video actually playing. Go check out Mr. Ballin, and he's on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Say, hey, listen, I don't really watch this kind of content, but I was watching the content that covered your joint. They're hilarious, but you do an excellent job telling a good story. Please like, comment, and subscribe on our channel. Let us know in the comment section below. Would you do something like this? You and your homies, have y'all done something like this? Will you continue to do something like this? Will you be convinced to go to Australia? He's picking a good point.
Don't forget Alaska.
Oh, they're in Alaska.
Alaska, but stay off Kodiak. Just stay the hell off Kodiak Island.
Stay in the rivers and lakes that you're used to, please.
That's not even a river and lake. That's just a damn place. Stay the fuck off Kodiak, please. For the life of you, stay off Kodiak.
I love it. I
know.
When
love
the
it.
helicopter lands
I
and
love
drops you off and says, "Deuces, I'll see you tomorrow," and leaves, you don't belong there. You do not belong there. Kodiak is home to the biggest grizzly bears. I sent Ty a video. These grizzly bears are so big when they
They like
fight,
2
and they
stories
swim
tall.
off, you see the tricep, the lower back muscle, and the thigh muscle when he's swinging an arm. They hit an elk in the back, it breaks its whole spinal cord. It
That
kills
part.
it instantly.
That part.
That's how big these grizzlies are.
So what you're saying is there's an island like Jurassic
Called
Park.
Kodiak. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yes.
To it.
The
yeah.
size of these bears.
To
That
a
I showed.
degree, yes.
That showed Ty. Ty said
Not me.
no.
Nope.
When you got darker
Exactly.
hue, that ain't what you do.
Right. Yeah. So again, y'all, please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comment section. Would you do these things if you had a good time? Have you heard any other stories related to something like this? let us know, and then we'll probably watch it and react to it that way. We're trying something new, something different. So, yeah, let us know.
All right.
I've been Kev, Chris been Chris, Ty been Ty, you've been you. Please don't go there. Let's stay in tune.